This is Jack Porter at Yellow Dog Flyfishing. I am the South America Program Director here at Yellow Dog, and today we're going to be talking about Patagonia. Now, Patagonia is a massive region that has tons to offer, from temperate rainforests to high mountain, high desert lakes, spring creeks, big dramatic peaks, aggressive landscapes with big canyons, big water, small water, everything in between. We're going to be using maps. We're going to go step by step through the different regions in both Argentina and Chile, and we're going to get you guys the information you need to feel confident about starting to plan a trip to Patagonia, because I understand it can be overwhelming and there's a lot of information out there. When anglers call me and they want to go to Patagonia, more often than not, the first contact, phone call, email that I receive is someone saying, I know I want to go to Patagonia. I have no idea where to start. I've done a little bit of research online. I'm feeling overwhelmed. It all looks good. Can you help point me in the right direction? My hope is that this video really helps you make sense of all of it and helps you determine what's interesting, what's not interesting, so we can then get you to the right destination. Now, the good news is you can go anywhere in Patagonia and you're gonna have a great time. I can confidently say that any lodge, any program, Chile, Argentina, northern, southern, they're gonna take great care of you. You're gonna have great food, you're gonna have a great cultural experience, and you're gonna have great fishing. So it's really about determining your priorities, what you're hoping to get out of the trip, and then matching that up to what a certain region has to offer. So let's get into it. So determining what anglers want to see, what they want to experience, the kind of fishing that gets them excited, that's the key to planning a successful trip to Patagonia. So as we move through this video, we're going to be discussing the various regions throughout Patagonia in both Chile and Argentina, and we're going to be using a few key categories and words to compare each area. The first is going to be how to get there. Next will be the landscapes, then the style of fishing and the fisheries, the weather and weather trends of that area, and lastly, who should go and visit this part of Patagonia. Patagonia in general has very dynamic weather. This is a rugged part of the world where you have the Andes Mountains running north to south, splitting Chile and Argentina from each other. Now, all of the weather is developing off the Pacific Ocean, which is very cold. It hits the Andes Mountains, rains out on the Chilean side. The weather then moves east in the form of wind and kind of creates a rain shadow in Argentina. So generally speaking, Chile is going to be a little bit more wet, a little bit more of that temperate rainforest kind of setting. And then as you move east, that kind of fades away, and ultimately you do get into a desert-like climate. So it's possible to focus specifically on certain kinds of weather and landscapes, or you can kind of see it all in one trip. All right, so here is the Los Lagos region in Chile. So anglers traveling to the Los Lagos region are gonna fly from Santiago down to Puerto Montt. You're gonna stay the night in Puerto Montt or the nearby town of Puerto Varas. It's a great way to settle in, enjoy some of the local food, walk around, grab a drink, and just kind of ease into your week in Patagonia. From Puerto Montt, that next morning, you're then going to take a very short charter flight, roughly 30-45 minutes, where the lodge that you're going to will then pick you up and take you. Puerto Montt, Los Lagos region of Patagonia offers that classic Chilean landscape and setting. This is going to be that temperate rainforest, big dramatic landscapes, hanging glaciers in the mountains, truly stunning. I mean, in some ways, almost feels like you're in Jurassic Park or some foreign land where you've got just incredible scenery in all directions, and a lot of vertical walls around you. Now, the fishing in this region, because it's so wet and the landscapes are so dramatic, is generally going to offer bigger rivers, big water, big systems. So it's not uncommon for anglers to fish lake and river systems that are connected, where one day you may put in a lake, drop the boat in, fish the lake for an hour, fish a river, and then take out in another lake. These just incredibly dynamic, really fun fisheries. Most of the fishing in these areas, in the Los Lagos region that is going to be out of a boat. Again, bigger water, lakes, big rivers. So this is a great place to go for anglers who like fishing out of a boat, whether that's big dry fly attractors, dry droppers, streamers are very effective. So this area, a temperate rainforest, does see quite a bit of rain. The good news is the fishing is phenomenal, rain or shine. With good gear, waders, and a rain jacket, you're gonna be comfortable out there and you're gonna have great fishing. So don't let a little bit more of a chance of rain deter you. it's absolutely worth visiting. In terms of infrastructure for non-anglers, families, people interested in things other than fishing, may not be the best fit. Some lodges can put some stuff together, but it's not going to offer nearly as much as some of the other areas that we're going to dive into later. All right, so let's continue moving south from the Los Lagos region. We're next going to talk about the Aysen region. To get to the Aysen region, anglers are going to first fly to Santiago, then from Santiago down to Balmaceda. From Balmaceda, you're going to be picked up and driven to your lodge that evening, there in one day. This is appealing for a lot of travelers. There are no overnights necessary along the way. When you're visiting the Aysen region and using the Balmaceda airport, you can simply fly into Santiago, arrive on that red eye in the morning, connect in the same airport, and then jump down to Balmaceda that afternoon at the lodge that evening. Who should go to the Aysen region? I'd say really anyone, because it has all the different types of water and all the different kinds of landscapes. It's a place that anyone can go, and they're going to be able to focus on the kind of water and kind of fishing that they want. It's great for mixed groups. Some folks can float, others can wade. You guys can change it up each day. It's just really got it all, which makes it very easy for anyone. The Aysen region is also a great place for non-anglers or groups with mixed interests. The town of Coyhaique is fantastic. It's super fun to hang out in. Just to visit is a nice piece to add to any trip. And then outside of that, hiking, horseback riding, kayaking, bird watching, all these things can easily be arranged. Some lodges have, I'd say, better non-angling programs than others, but this is a place that truly anyone can go and they're gonna have a great time. Coyhaique offers anglers a lot of diversity of landscapes and fisheries. So anglers visiting the Aysen region are going to have access to the west into those temperate rainforests, those really lush environments that Chile is known for, but they're also going to have the ability to drive east and get into those drier landscapes with smaller waters. So the Aysen region and the Coyhaique area specifically is going to be great for anglers looking for a lot of variety. You kind of want to see it all. I like to tell people sometimes it's almost like the sampler platter. It's a great first trip to Patagonia to really see and experience a little bit of everything. Then maybe on that next trip, you can go to a lodge that's more focused on a specific type of water if you really love that. The weather in the Aysen region is dynamic and there's a lot of variety. Just like the landscapes have variety, they drive the weather. So in the western part, as you're closer to the coast, you're gonna see wetter climates and more lush environments. As you move east, you can run away from the rain if it's gonna be a rainy day and you can get out, in that rain shadow. Some days you can even watch it raining in the mountains and you're looking up at clear sunny skies in the east. All right, we're gonna just keep working our way south from the Aysen region. We're now gonna jump down to the Magallanes region, which is located in southern Chile. It goes all the way down to the end of the continent. So to get to the Magallanes region, anglers are gonna first fly to Santiago, then down to either Puerto Natales or Punta Arenas. Both of these airports will work, and one may make sense more than the other based on your travel plans and what the itinerary ultimately looks like. Now down here, southern Chile, the Magallanes region is known most famously for some of the national parks down there, specifically Torres del Paine National Park, which is a huge magnet for international outdoor tourism. It's an absolutely stunning national park for anglers who want to see and experience some of the most beautiful landscapes in Patagonia. The mountains and landscapes in this part of Patagonia are very rugged, very jagged peaks, defined by glaciers and windswept valleys. While it's not really known as a fishing destination, it has incredible fly fishing opportunities. Most of the fishing in this part of Patagonia is going to be wade fishing for brown trout. The rivers that you fish could vary from very small spring creeks to small to medium-sized freestone rivers, but you get a good amount of variety and generally very productive wade fishing with dry flies. It's very common for us to organize and coordinate itineraries that actually combine both with the same outfitter, where you get a few days of fishing, maybe some days of trekking, seeing the national park, some camping, some backpacking. All that kind of stuff is on the table. There are endless non-angling activities that this part of Patagonia has to offer. Families, couples, people interested in just seeing southern Chile, they're all gonna have a great time here. We can create some really special custom itineraries based on interests and how much time people wanna dedicate to the various things. All right, now we're gonna shift gears and move across the border to Argentina. All trips to Argentina start with a flight to Buenos Aires. So we recommend that anglers spend a night in Buenos Aires on the way down. Many people choose to spend more than one night just because it's such an incredible, beautiful city with a lot of things to do. You know, some things to consider could be a city tour where you see some of the major historical sites, learn about some of the history in the city. That could be either a walking tour, a van tour, a bike tour. There's even some Dorado fishing right out of Buenos Aires for a single day trip. They can pick you up at your hotel, take you fishing for a day, and bring you back that night. For anglers who want to get a little sample what's Dorado fishing about, that's absolutely worth doing. Other things to consider would be a tango show, winery tours, and general cultural tours where you're just checking out markets and some of the fun things around this lively city. Just like we did in Chile, we're going to work our way north to south, and we're going to start with the northern Patagonia region in Argentina. After spending a night in Buenos Aires, anglers are then going to jump on a quick flight over to San Martin de los Andes. It's about a 2-hour flight. From there, you're gonna have a short drive to your lodge, anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. What's unique about the northern Patagonia region in Argentina is that most of the trips and itineraries that we put together are completely custom. We work with 2 outfitters specifically that are based in San Martin. This area offers a wide variety of lodges, from overnight camping on a river to high-end modern lodges to very traditional estancias that have been there and that are still operating and have been for 100 years. So this is a great place to visit for people who want some variety and diversity in the week. They maybe want to change it up with 2 different style lodges. They want to focus on different kinds of water and a really dynamic overall experience that's completely custom to them and their trip and their group. This is also a great area for non-anglers. Located just outside the town of San Martin, many of the lodges have access to a lot of infrastructure and the town itself, where they can coordinate non-angling activities like hiking, horseback riding, scenic floats on the river, cooking classes, golf, wine tasting. I mean, you name it, they've got something worth doing up in this part of Patagonia. This region is oftentimes compared to Montana 50 to 100 years ago. In many ways, the characteristics are similar. It's dry on the east side of the Andes. It's got a lot of big floatable rivers that will remind you of some of your favorite rivers in Montana and Idaho. And it makes it really approachable and easy for people to go, be comfortable, and catch a lot of fish. It's hard to cover it all in this video, but if you give us a call, we can really dive into the specifics and work on that specific itinerary for you. One thing I do like to point out with the San Martin and northern Patagonia region is that the climate is a little bit more mild than other areas in Patagonia. Some of the Chilean areas we discussed do see quite a bit of rain. The San Martin region would be on the other end of the spectrum. It's much drier and generally warmer. So if you're looking to go down to Patagonia and you want that summer experience, you want the best chance at having the ability to wet wade, you're looking for those warmer days, the San Martin region is going to offer the most consistent, warmest weather. All right, we're gonna keep working our way south through Argentine Patagonia. The next area is gonna be what I refer to as the central Patagonia, which is gonna be home to Los Alerces National Park, Nahuel Huapi National Park. To get to the central region in Argentine Patagonia, you're gonna take that flight from Buenos Aires down to Esquel. There's usually 1 flight per day, so very easy to coordinate, very easy to figure out. From Esquel, you're either gonna go north or south, maybe even west to wherever your fishing lodge is located. Out of Esquel or Trevelin, you could be fishing in Los Alerces National Park, or from Bariloche, you could be fishing Nahuel Huapi National Park. These are beautiful national parks that are very popular for fishing and general tourism. Both national parks are characterized by that temperate rainforest setting and beautiful, crystal clear, glowing rivers that are generally floated. This central region is going to give you great access to some of those waters where you're floating in the national parks. You're seeing some of the most stunning scenery in Argentina, while also having the ability a day or two later, or even the next day, to just drive the other direction and have a completely different fishing experience where you may be wading a small spring creek, sight fishing, with cactus on the ground. Completely different than the rainforest you were in the day before. The weather in this part of Patagonia, it's similar to the landscape. they're all connected, is very dynamic. Based on a weather forecast, the guides and lodge staff are going to choose the plan for the day. If it looks like it's going to be a nice day everywhere, everything's on the table. If it looks like maybe a higher chance of rain, then you simply drive east and you can generally avoid that rain or certainly experience less rain. This is also a really good area for non-anglers. Some of our lodges are very well set up for the non-anglers with, a full menu of offerings. With the national parks being so close, they've got access to great infrastructure like trails and activities that can be done in the park. Hiking, horseback riding, general tourism in local towns, all that stuff can easily be arranged. And it makes for a fun and dynamic trip. The variety in this area includes big floatable drainages, small wadable spring creeks, small freestone rivers, medium-sized freestone rivers, and great lake fishing. The lakes should not be overlooked, and they are an important part of itineraries in this area. So we'll keep working our way south. We're gonna next jump down just a quick 3-hour drive south to the Rio Pico region. Now the Rio Pico region is small on the map here. And it is very close to Esquel. You actually use Esquel as the same airport, but I do like to split it up when I'm talking about central Patagonia and the Rio Pico region. The characteristics and offerings of each area are different enough that they should be discussed separately, which we'll get into here. To get to the Rio Pico region, anglers will fly from Buenos Aires down to Esquel, and then it's gonna be about a 3-hour drive south to your lodge. The Rio Pico region is very remote. I kind of like to describe it as at the end of a long dirt road tucked up against the Chilean border. This is a wade angler's paradise. Seemingly endless amounts of spring creeks, medium-sized freestone rivers, and small freestone rivers. The area is also known for its incredible lake fishing. The lakes have different characteristics, but generally there are opportunities for sight fishing. Dry fly fishing is absolutely on the table. And the fishing is really fun and dynamic. The guides are usually rowing around the edges of the lakes, and you're always casting at a new target, whether that's a downed tree, a drop-off, a cliff wall, a foam line, a reed line. You've always got a new target. It's engaging, and your average size fish goes up significantly. I mean, this is the case throughout all of Patagonia, but when you choose to fish a lake for the day, you're going to be catching bigger fish. So anglers who want to experience that really remote, rugged, untouched part of Patagonia, who want to walk, fish on their feet, and hit some lakes for some trophy trout, that's going to be a home run. This is not going to be as good of a fit for non-anglers just due to its remote location and the lack of infrastructure and options for non-anglers. So there you have it. We've gone Chile, Argentina, north to south. And the good news is that you really can't go wrong. I can confidently send anglers and travelers to any of our programs in Patagonia, and I know they're going to have a great time. So whether you're interested in floating big rivers in a temperate rainforest or wading small spring creeks out in a desert or hunting trophy trout on lakes, don't overlook the lakes. Many people call me and they say, I want to do anything but lakes. The lake fishing in Patagonia is special. It's, in my opinion, a big part of the Patagonian fishing experience. So I encourage people, give it a try, go for a day, see what it's about. If you like it, great, do it again. If you don't, there's always other options. You may have noticed that as we went through the map here, we left out some key regions that are also known angling destinations in Patagonia. Specifically, Jurassic Lake or Strobel Lake and Tierra del Fuego for the sea run browns. What we've gone through today is what I like to refer to as the classic trout style experience that you would go to Patagonia for. In my opinion, Jurassic Lake and Tierra del Fuego are in a little bit separate category, and that'll be another video that we're gonna make down the line. So we've covered quite a bit here. We've gone through all the regions, but there's still a lot more information that you can find on our website at yellowdogflyfishing.com, where you'll see our full lineup of lodges in the various regions. I hope you found this helpful. To take the next step, to start planning something, please send me an email, visit our website, or give us a call, and we can get going on it.